These birds are frequently compared to penguins, and they look and act like penguins in a variety of ways. Puffins are not linked to penguins in any way. Puffins are actually more closely related to gulls. Puffins are members of the bird family known as the auks. The three puffin species are the Atlantic puffin, horned puffin, and tufted puffin. The unicorn puffin is an auk from a separate genus. But because it's from a different genus, we'll save it for a separate episode. The multicolored beaks of puffins have also contributed to their moniker of sea parrots. They are not, however, related to those birds. Puffins are only found in the northern hemisphere. Unsurprisingly, Atlantic puffins can be found along the North Atlantic shores of North America and Europe, while tufted and horned puffins can be found along the North American and Asian Pacific coasts. At least, not during the breeding season. During the rest of the year, these birds migrate to the sea. Puffins spend the majority of the year on the open ocean. During the winter, they may not even be visible. During this period, they travel alone and rarely, if ever, land. This may be risky. Instead of ducks, they're sitting puffins on the water. Simply leave yourself open to attack from below by any number of weird water animals. Puffins, on the other hand, are perfectly at home on the water. After the mating season, feather molt occurs during flying. Puffins can't fly for nearly a month. They do not stay on the land during this period. They float on the surface of the water. This makes sense, given that their diet is derived from the sea. Puffins mostly consume small fish but also small squids, crustaceans, sea urchins, and mollusks. They'll dive up to 200 feet beneath the waves in quest of food. Puffins can swim effortlessly because their wings allow them to fly underwater, similarly to penguins. Puffins will swim through a school of fish, catching up to a dozen in their beaks. They will bring mouthfuls of food to their offspring during the breeding season. Puffins breed in vast colonies along beaches and offshore islands during the summer. These birds are monogamous and may stay with the same lover year after year. To re-establish their relationships, they'll whack each other's beaks together. Puffins have sharp claws at the tips of their webbed feet to build nesting burrows along cliffs or steeply sloped beaches. These burrows can reach a depth of 7 feet. The egg chamber at the end of these tunnels may or may not be lined with grass feathers. Both parents labor on building or renovating the nest, and the female lays a single egg. The parents will alternate, incubating the egg, which will hatch after around 40 days. Both parents feed puff and pufflings and leave the nest about 6 weeks after hatching to venture out on their own. They'll stagger to the sea in the middle of the night and spend the next 3 to 5 years at sea before joining their parents in the breeding colony. Puffins are little birds. They stand around 7 inches tall, which is roughly the height of a paperback novel. They weigh about 500 grams, comparable to a soda can's weight. Not only are these small birds harassed by larger birds such as gulls and skuas. Hawks, eagles, foxes, rats, people, and domestic cats may also hunt them. Puffin populations are also declining due to missed breeding seasons in warmer years. They may live to be 20 years old if they can overcome these obstacles. These beautiful tiny birds are well renowned for their unusual appearance. However, this is not always the case. After the breeding season ends and partners split ways, these birds shed their summer plumage and become practically indistinguishable from their vivid summer selves. Thank you for sticking with me until the end. If you learned something new today, thank you for viewing Animal Fact Files.